in 2E, it's like you're kind of starting off in the world as Frodo.
Yeah.
And then by 5th level, you're Book Geralt. So you're fucking up normal people.
Yeah.
But then a monster gets to you and you're in bed for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then somewhere around like 11th level, you're original trilogy Kratos.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Just a brick wall of heroism.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
TTRPGs, the ultimate playground of the imagination. These are the journeys of system exploration. Its ongoing mission? To discover innovative game systems, to seek out unique mechanics and new ways to inspire creative storytelling, to thoughtfully explore the systems others have created before us.
Welcome to System Exploration by Unfortunate Ones. I'm Soph,
I'm Nix.
And I'm Greythorn.
and today we are going to be exploring a classic AD&D as DM'd by Gray. Take it away, Gray.
Well,
By the way, this is going to be like a 10-hour session 0, part 1, part 2, part 3.
where do I begin? So, this mess of a system is probably what cemented my desire to play Dungeons and Dragons. It is unlike any of the modern systems you'll ever play because there is so much depth and probably needless complexity. Complexity from an old era, but the depth is the icing on the cake, which you won't see. You won't see it in 5th edition.
It certainly doesn't feel like icing to me when you talk about like unnecessary like crunchiness. I notice it every time you hand me one of these AD&D character sheets.
That is that
It's a Ben
sweet
Bar stat.
That is that sweet buttercream icing on a rich chocolate cake.
Any other system, I'd be like, just make me a strength check. Nope. Specific bend bar stat.
Well, that is for a very specific thing. That is also for the more dungeony aspect of things.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, if you want to bend the bars slightly enough so you can squeeze through them.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like
Make me a strength check. I'll just guess a DC.
Yeah, and I'll say no.
Yeah, it's like what you mentioned in a previous conversation is the original version of D&D, or D&D 1E and 2E, so very heavily focused on dungeons, where AD&D was the first transition of like, or one of the many transitions of like, hey, there's worlds outside of dungeons.
Exactly. So, much to Sob's chagrin, every single ability score that you have has a bunch of extra stuff. So, your strength gives you melee hit adjust. So that's your bonus or penalty to hit. It has melee damage adjust. It affects how much weight you can carry. It affects your max press, which is your ability to push forward like you're bench pressing something, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Then you have his favorite, open doors and bend bars.
Yeah.
Open doors also, I believe, really only amounts to like when you're trying to bash through a heavy locked door or even a chest.
No, I would have thought it would have been like trying to open a stone door or
that
something.
also counts too, like a portcullis, like lifting a gate.
I was thinking like turning a knob, like if you don't have that skill, you just can't.
Yeah, no, that is a proficiency. Door opening. And then dexterity has 2 stats. I think in original rules as written had 3. But we are going to be playing with a slight set of adjustments that were made by my favorite DM. You can find him online as Koibu.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Koibu?
Koibu. Oh no. Koibu. He is, as far as I'm concerned, like the king of 2nd edition. He's probably one of the most popular DMs online that I could think of, and there's really not a lot. And when it comes to popular DMs, when you got like 300 people watching on a live stream, you're the king of your castle.
You're doing pretty good, yeah.
Unless you're Matt Mercer.
Well,
Because when you're at Matt Mercer
Just a
levels, you're a
different
god.
level. Yeah, it's just a different level.
But when you're at 200, you're a king.
Yeah.
And he is my king. So there's a bunch of... It's very different from what you're going to be familiar with. And I imagine most people listening are going to be familiar with things like Pathfinder 1st or 2nd edition, and then 5th edition as well. If you are familiar with Pathfinder, you might find this a little bit more familiar, because Pathfinder does base itself off of 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Third or 3.5? I think 3.5.
One of the two.
Still.
They sit in the same.
Yeah.
In my eyes, they sit in the same
They
area.
branched away from D&D earlier. So it is very... Pathfinder, at least Pathfinder 2e I've played, Pathfinder is pretty different from at least what 5e is, but my understanding is it's pretty similar to older editions.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities in the design choices.
Yeah, the transition to 4th edition is like what pissed a lot of people off, and then that's where Pathfinder
made its own thing.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I never know where to begin with this.
With character
Wherever you
creation.
feel, we can
Class?
start with characters. We can start with general things.
Okay. Characters. So, like regular games, you'll be rolling 46. You'll keep the highest of your 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be splitting that. You'll be rolling 7 dice, 7 sets, because we're going to have an additional stat for perception itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next most important choice will be your class. Every class has its own hit dice.
Should we choose our class first before we start doing our abilities, just so we know where to stat things?
I mean, usually that's how it goes. Usually it goes roll your stats first, and then you have the stats for your class.
Okay.
Because in older editions, you have a prerequisite score and a prime score. So you need like a minimum of 13 to be a class, and then you need like 17 or 18 for your prime score to get like the proper amount of XP when you do stuff. And 2nd edition is an XP based game.
So for clarity, do you want me to actually, when rolling my stat, am I rolling down the line then?
No. You can.
No.
It's 46. Keep highest 3. Put them wherever you want.
Okay. So for now, put those numbers aside until I pick my class, and then put them where I need.
Or you could just say fuck it and just make your class and decide your roles, because I know that's what you would do.
Yeah, just because it's the way that this, at least from me reading it real quick and remembering from other times we played it, it's you have to have your highest stats in certain places, in order for the class to operate in the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stats are so much more important in this system than in the other ones that you'd play. It's because of all the things that they do. Like even if you're not a person who finds intelligence important, this game does make intelligence minorly important to your character's development stat-wise.
I think 5e is the only one that I've played where if you're not a class that relies on intelligence is the least important stat.
If you're not a wizard, you don't care about intelligence at all.
Yeah. But I think that's the only, or artificer. I think that's the only system that I've played that feels that way.
I think Pathfinder feels like that way too, but I've only played the video games for Pathfinder, so I can't say for sure.
I imagine with the vastness of how many feats there are, you could make it important. And then like we played a rules light system. We played kids on bikes. Intelligence was, I don't remember if it was called intelligence, but intelligence was a pretty important stat. Like I think most games, there's a relative importance in, I mean, even 5e, if you're playing with me, there is like a role that I like to do, which is like a help the players out kind of role. And it's almost always intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because I have the understanding.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, I know that, like, look, it's been fucking 6 months, and I get that your character, it's only been an hour, but in real life, it's been 6 months. I get that you might have forgotten this clue.
Yeah.
So I'll just sometimes be like, hey, roll me an intelligence check.
That's built into Delta Green.
Yeah.
So like if there's like a common knowledge check,
Oh
you
my
use
God, Delta
intelligence.
Green intelligence feels very important in Delta
Yeah.
Green. Yeah, I do that all the time where it's just like, roll me an intelligence check. Hey, Gray, you recall that when you were in the dungeon with the wizard, he mentioned this. Maybe you shouldn't fuck with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty okay stats. Got one more. 11, 16, 14, 14, 12, 13, 11.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Nothing too low.
I got 14, 10, 14, 9, 16, 14, 10.
Mm.
Still not good enough to do what I wanted to. I want to pay a paladin.
Mhm.
And 17 is the base for one of the stats.
Is it?
17 for charisma is required for
that's
the,
right.
the class.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, I wanted to do that because I essentially wanted to play Gaston, but I'll shift a little.
I'll let you fudge it. I mean, this is just like an exploration thing. Why not explore
That's
one of
fine,
the lesser
why
played?
not?
No, well,
Explore Paladin, man. I'm into that.
well, I haven't played Ranger. Ranger is also with my stats. I'd work.
Hey,
well
you can
with
do that
Ranger.
too.
Up to you, man.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is pull one of the 16s up to a 17, not your 9.
No. Yeah, of course. But so in my opinion, it'd be this. I imagine even this, like the best of either 3 or 4 is a variation on the rules.
I'm pretty
or-
sure it's one of the. It's in. I think that comes from combat and tactics.
Okay, but even then,
That's another thing I
This-
could talk about.
yeah. Well,
Wow,
But
wow.
in terms of like exploring the system, like this is the role that you
Yeah.
get, and there are base things. Like, yeah, I could fudge it, but part of playing the game would be these are the things, the restrictions that are set in the game. So I wanted to kind of do a thing, but also the Ranger is also an option in the Warrior block to pick, and it is also something that requires beefier stats.
Sure.
And one of its numbers is 16. If I hit 16, I get a 10% experience bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I could still do
Something cool,
the
yeah.
outside of the fighter, which is like you just need base 9.
I assume druids are full casters?
I believe so. They're clerics. They're a subclass of clerics.
Really?
Yeah.
Priest is a subclass of cleric as well, then?
Yes. So
Where are the
it's-
classes?
You'd have to go to chapter 3.
Yeah, chapter 3 player classes are the warrior has 3, which is fighter,
Fuck, you
ranger,
guys saying
paladin.
Chapters.
The wizard is mage, illusionist, and other. Priest is cleric, druid, and other.
Oh,
And rogue is thief and bard.
before we get any further, you should give a shout out to the website that we are using.
Yes. Regal Goblins. It is Koibu's official website. You can go there and you can see all his current projects. You can see his merch store. You can see all the things that he's released himself. If you like second edition, if you like grittier games with still enough silliness, there is a plethora of old content you could watch. I would highly suggest you go watch Hardcore Heroes, and then after that, go watch Frozen Frontier, and then after that, you can go watch the he played some 5th edition games if you're a 5th edition guy. That would be of Dice and Men, and then what was the other
What a
one?
name.
That was a good campaign. Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs. That is his other
That's-
one.
What another name.
And
Gnomes,
then
Tomes, and Catacombs is such a good name.
it's so good. They're really good. He doesn't really like 5th edition that much, but he ran a great 5th edition game in his world.
Sure.
2 of them. And then Tombs of Scoria, that's also another really great one. And then Homeward Bound. There is some connectivity between some of them. Hardcore Heroes into Frozen Frontier into Homeward Bound. And then Of Dice and Men into Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs. And then Tombs of Scoria. Fantastic series.
I mean, love for 5e or not, I think really system is so secondary to DM.
If
you have a good DM,
a good
you're
DM
gonna
can make
enjoy
a good
your
game
campaign,
out of any
yeah.
system.
Like,
Or
I don't
a god awful game out of a
I
good system.
strongly think that neither of you are actually or would actually be that into Kids on Bikes, but I think you guys had a good time because you guys enjoy me DMing. I think if it was like some stranger DM or something like that, you guys have been like, this system's weird.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
I just wanted to play with the fellas.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry, back to my stupid question, I'm sure. You guys are talking about chapters, but in the...
On the left side,
On the left side, there's nothing labeled. There's no word chapter
hit
in
Player's Handbook.
here. Okay, in the player's handbook.
Oh, sorry.
That's
yeah,
my
in the
question.
player's handbook. Yeah,
Thank you. You said chapter 3,
chapter 3. Yeah,
classes.
there are like 4 broad ones, which is warrior.
Yeah, so you have the governing class, which is warrior, wizard, priest, rogue, and then they have their subclasses. They're not really subclasses; they're the full class. It's just variants.
Yeah.
It's just a version of the warrior. So
Yeah.
warrior fighter, warrior ranger, warrior paladin. Those are
And
classes.
do you choose that right away, or is it like
Yes, you
5th
choose-
edition where it's like level 3 you get
You choose
that?
it right away.
Okay, good.
You choose
okay.
right away, and your stats you have to hit requirements for some of them.
Okay. So here's my thought. I wanted to be a full caster. You were looking at ranger. You know, it'd be a cool duo. Ranger druid.
Could be, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be a neat combo. So under class, would I write priest or would I write
I would say priest,
druid? Priest druid.
colon, druid.
Do you have the stats for druid?
I don't know, but I'm gonna fudge it. Unlike you.
Do you have a 15 as one of your scores?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're and a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask for a lot of help on this mainly because I don't want to bog us down too much.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna just ask for your assistance here. So I gotta make a druid. I will pull up the druid book. But I gotta
Don't use the druid handbook.
don't use the druid handbook.
Yeah, those are very
Keep in the player's handbook.
Yeah, those are supplemental content that I'm not sure if they're completely official, but they have a lot of stuff in them, and they can range from okay to busted.
Okay.
It's kind of like how I'm not going to be using skills and powers because
Yeah.
remember that last time we played with skills and powers?
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. Okay, so building a druid,
Mm.
just because you might know this off the top of your hand and it'll be less of a time waster, because I don't see druids. Where would I find druids within the handbook?
Go
not in the
to
classes.
chapter 3, class description, then down to priest, and then druid.
Oh, okay. The druid class is optional. Gotcha.
And technically, I'm also of I have a priest variant in my class.
Mm-hmm.
The spells I cast are in the priest list.
Okay. This isn't extraordinarily descriptive, so I would just ask you, as far as my ability scores, what would you deck out a druid with?
You want your highest score in charisma, and then you want your at least a 12 in wisdom.
Which is willpower?
Yes.
Okay. At least a 12. And then I'm assuming I don't need to care about strength as a druid as much?
Probably not. You're still a cleric. I'm not sure if you have spells the way clerics do. I'm pretty sure you do. A druid is one of the druids and rangers are are not very often played.
Okay.
Just throw that out there.
If you were to rank the importance of Dex, Con, and Intelligence for a druid,
Not very high.
I mean amongst each other.
You probably want Dex for some of that AC adjustment.
Okay.
Probably don't care too much about intelligence.
So Con.
And then strength. And if you have a melee weapon and you're going to use it, I guess it really boils down to, are you going to have a melee weapon or a ranged weapon? Because Dex, you want more Dex for the melee adjust, or you want more Dex for the ranged attack bonuses, and you want more strength for the melee attack bonuses.
Spellcaster, probably ranged if I'm going to have a weapon, so Dex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My ability scores are done. What's next, Capitan?
Next up, you're going to be picking your race. I'm just going to say this now. You guys are human.
Okay.
So,
because it's your world, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's world I'm using currently in my current campaign. is slightly different from my original setting, but they are one and the same.
Hair and eyes, I imagine, along with appearance, is just flavor.
I also posted a link to the spells in the Discord, same place I sent you the character sheets.
Alignment, anything I need to know about that specifically?
For druids, you could have any alignment.
Anything your world based that I should know about?
Not necessarily. The current setting that I'm working with right now, though it is my original setting and it's very old, I haven't done a lot with it.
Okay, that's fine.
Paladins have to be lawful good.
Well, ranger.
Rangers
have to be good.
have to be good, but they could be
Lawful, neutral.
as long as they're
or
not evil.
Yeah.
I wrote neutral good for my paladin. I imagine he doesn't care that much about law
Yeah.
in general.
After your alignment, we're going to be recording your saving throws. So, in second edition, instead of having a score or a modifier to a roll against another creature's own difficulty class ability that they have, that they increase as they are. The stronger they are, the stronger their difficulty class when they cast a spell. So in 5th edition, somebody casts a fireball, they have a DC of 15, you have to roll a 15 or higher. In 2nd edition, the person who casts a spell does not have a difficulty class. The spell is the spell is the spell.
Yeah.
What matters is you rolling against your own save.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's a theme in a lot of this system, right? Is you're mostly rolling against yourself.
not necessarily.
Okay.
For saves, yes, you're rolling against your own score, and you just have to roll above it.
Okay.
So to find your tinkamajig, you will go to table 60. Mr. or Mrs. Ranger, I'm going to make you guys 5th level.
Oh, wow.
So, write this down.
Where's level?
Yeah, I'm also not seeing it.
You don't see it on there? Probably just write it with
under
class.
XP, bottom right.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah. So, Ranger, you're going to have, in the order of PPD, RSW.
Is this for save star?
Yeah. So, order from top to bottom, you're going to have a saves of 11, 13, 12, 13, 14. Druid, as you are a priest, you're going to have, in the order from top to bottom, 9, 13, 12, 15, 14.
What are those derived from, just out of curiosity?
Nothing.
Your class.
Yeah, that's it. Your class and your level is what determines your saving throws.
Okay.
So, in 2nd edition, you have those 5 saving throws. They are grouped into categories of paralyzation, poison or death magic, rod, staff, or wands, petrification or polymorph, breath weapons, and spells. Spells being a catch-all if they don't fit any other category. And then you kind of just go down the line as far as determining what it might be. So if somebody casts death magic from a wand, staff, or wand, you just use death magic, I think. Actually, no, it might be the other way around. One of the two, I'll figure it out. Won't matter too much, but hey, that's just how it is. So,
I've played a homebrew system with one of our mutual friends, Jim Bro. And species is what drove ability scores. So in character creation, you could respec a little bit, but like if you're a human, let's just, as an example, you're relatively average. So let's just say like 10's down the board. But if you're an orc, you're inherently stronger. You might have a 12 or a 13 in strength because you're an orc. And you can respec, but it's like -2 to one thing to get a +1 somewhere else. You are a particularly bulky human. So you can respec a little bit, but overall, your ability scores are driven by the creature that you are, which I kind of like conceptually.
I do too. But when in my own system, I make ability score modifiers for race very heavy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So what I did say was right. So you go from the top to the bottom to figure out what you're using. So if you're being cast a poison spell at, you use poison. If someone's casting a poison spell at you from a wad, staff, or wand, you'd still use poison. If you're being casted at from something that could be kind of poisony, but it's coming from a rod, staff, or wand, you'd probably use rod, staff, or wand.
Yeah, if it's more so the lower stat, then you would use it, but otherwise you use the top stat first.
Yes. And then spell, like I said before, is a catch-all. So like a fireball, it doesn't apply to any of those other things. It will be save against spell. If the fireball's coming from a wand, because the wand's higher up on the list, you use wand instead.
Okay. Damn, that sucks that my highest category is my lowest score.
Oh, the lower on the list.
No. I'm saying higher on the list, so it gets used first, is my lowest stat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I got a 9 in paralyzed, poison, and death.
Yeah.
So like the most.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
11 is my lowest.
Yeah.
And it's that first one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see. So once you got that in order, let's talk about 2-hit armor class 0, also known as Thaco.
Which, to be clear, we're definitely using, right?
We're totally using. So
We're not.
we're not. So
Oh, I thought we were.
back in the day, in Gary Gygax's basement, piles of hookers and mountains of cocaine.
Mhm.
The good old days,
Just like our basement.
which we
Yeah.
strive to fulfill.
Yeah.
There's a thing called 2-hit armor class 0. So in this game, the higher your AC, the worse it is. The lower your AC, the better it is. And AC is kind of, in a way, set. So kind of like in 5th edition, if you wear a full plate mail has, I think, an armor class of 18. And your armor class will be 18 in 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no real, it's not like Pathfinder where the armor has +8 to your AC.
Yeah.
In 2nd edition, plate mail doesn't have an armor class of 18, it has an armor class of 2. So that means you have some of the best armor there is. You add a shield to it, you have 19. You add your, I think there's one more thing you could add onto it, and you'll get a 0. Oh, full plate mail. You'll get a 0. So
Dex. It's Dex armor and base.
there you go. So the way they decided to math things out for this was when you roll against a creature, you want to roll, and they have an armor class of 0, you want to roll above your Thaco score. And for an example here, let's go with a warrior. A warrior of 5th level has a Thaco score of 16. So if you want to hit armor class 0, you have to roll above a 16. And then after any adjustments, you have to still be above 16. So if they have -2 to their AC score with dexterity or magic, and they have realistically a -2 to their AC, you have to roll an 18. And then you hit 16, and then you hit their Thaco. You hit them. In some ways, it's understandable, right? The math is already made. You just had to do subtractions afterwards. We're modernizing that. We're just going upwards instead of downwards. And by doing that, we're using another rule, another nice modification made by Mr. Neil Koibu, Pass Erickson. Classes now have a bonus to hit based on their class and their level. So a warrior has a bonus to hit equal to their level -1. So, Mr. Ranger, you're going to have a +4 to hit.
That's the
melee hit adjustment.
Yes.
melee and missile.
That
Or
will be
just melee?
placed in. There is a box for it. I know there's a box for it on this sheet.
Yeah,
There's
strength
two.
melee hit adjustment.
No, that's strength. That's just from your strength.
Oh,
I'm talking
Oh.
about the level based.
Oh, the level based one.
Not, I'm gonna have to go send a message to King of AD&D 2.
Maybe it's just on your weapon to hit.
You could do that too.
You would do it there.
You could just write it somewhere. But
Okay.
so warriors, they have the best THAC0. They have the best 2-hit now. Priest druid. Yours is a +2.
Okay.
So now instead of trying to figure out if you, so instead of subtracting the opponent's, what is it, AC from your roll to your adjust to their adjust, you just go, hey, they got 18 AC. Did you roll an 18? Yeah.
Or higher.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. We don't have to check a chart anymore.
Modernizing it.
Yeah.
Don't have to check tables. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
tables.
Oh, there are some fun tables, my friend.
Oh, I'm sure.
There are some fun tables.
So you know what that actually reads to me as? You know what that seems similar to me as, though it's class-based instead of exclusively level-based, is proficiencies,
Yes.
which is exclusively level-based in 5e, but this is like class-based proficiency. So you have your strength melee hit adjust, which is essentially your proficiency with melee weapons, but then on top of that you have your proficiency bonus, which is your classes to hit.
Well, there is proficiency with weapons. Your strength melee
Yeah,
hit
it's
adjust. That is just from your strength.
Your base, it's like your
natural
your
aptitude.
strength melee hit to adjust is akin to your strength mod,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have proficiency with specific weapons, which is akin to adding your
Proficiencies.
proficiency scores to weapons you're proficient with in 5e,
Mhm.
and then you also have your to hit, which is like an additional add of your proficiency in general to do all things.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would apply to melee and range?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So your bonus to hit based on your class and levels, that's for everything.
To hit anything, yeah.
Yes. And if you look at the table, if you just look at the THAC0 table, you can tell that warriors are meant to be rolling dice at people with weapons, while the other classes, they lag behind incredibly hard. At 5th level, a wizard has a bonus of 1. They have a bonus of 0 up until 4th level, where they get a bonus of 1.
Yeah, they're just not good at hitting things.
They're not good at hitting things. All right. Next up. Hit points. So, rules as written, warriors get to roll a d10. Rules as written, priests get to roll a d8. That'd be the druid.
Yep.
Rogues get to roll a d6. And wizards get to roll a d4.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah. There's a great Brendan Lee Mulligan where he's like answering questions that people wrote in, and they're like, why are wizards a d6? That's not fair. And he's like, listen, I come from earlier editions of D&D where they got a d4, and you got, just like you do in 5th edition, the most versatile spell list, making you one of the most powerful beings. You are a god on the battlefield. It's okay for you to be squishy. Stop complaining about your D6. We should homebrew D4s back into the game. Something along those lines.
So, you're rolling all your hit points. You do not have a starting hit point.
So roll all 5 levels.
Yes.
I was nervous at the first roll because I got a 4, but then it recovered. I got 9, 8, 10, and 7. So it's pretty fucking good.
Pretty good. And then, make sure you check the Constitution table.
Oh, is there a bonus or?
There is a bonus particular for fighters
I got
or warriors.
I got a 3 and 2 1s on my HP.
Oh my god!
I have a total of 17 at level 5.
You are squishy.
In 2e terms, that's good.
It's not bad.
Just think about it this way.
I got really excited. My second one, I rolled max. I rolled an 8, and I rolled a 3, and then I rolled an 8, and I was like, okay, we're okay. I
could have started you off as level 1, and ooh. Just think about it. In 2nd edition, rules as written, a wizard could lose a fight to a house cat.
As they should.
Yeah.
If the house cat gets a surprise round. If they don't, they're getting unholy rain
if that
of
level 1
spells.
wizard doesn't have any real offensive spells, and
That's
a house
true.
cat and that level 1 wizard are rolling fists at each other, that wizard might lose.
Where's the health?
In the lower center. Oh, the rules on it?
Yeah, what are the rules for? Because you said there's something to do
Yes,
with
there is a table for Constitution.
for fighters or
Well, it's for all classes, but fighters are the most likely to get that bonus.
I was gonna say, do I add anything based on my con to it?
Yeah, he was saying something about it. I just don't know what chapter.
Probably in chapter 1. The ability scores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, if you have a Constitution of at least 15, go ahead and add 1 point of HP to every level that you have. What's your con?
12.
Oh, mine is 14.
Okay. What's your con?
12.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys don't get any bonuses for that.
That's why I like the I'm not going to go too far into this tangent, but it's why I like the idea of the D100 system that I'm writing, because there's just literally everything always a bonus. It might be minimal. It might be a 1% bonus, but that still feels good to get a 1% bonus.
All right. Since you're both human, your movement rate is 12.
Does that get adjusted by your stat?
No. That's adjusted solely by your class, any magical effects, and encumbrance.
Where's movement on this sheet? Speed. You said it's 12?
Yes. And then that breaks down into 2 different move speeds. You have your indoor and combat move speed, and you have your outdoor non-combat move speed. One's in yards, one's in feet.
Is that written somewhere on the sheet, the indoor, outdoor?
No, you kind of just do the math on your own. But you can also write it down there too.
Every time you try to move, you have to do math?
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, it is a flat rate.
Yeah.
After that, we got proficiencies. So, as a warrior, you start off with 4 weapon proficiencies. And then at, I believe, 3rd level and every third level afterwards, you get another 3.
Class-based, again.
Class-based.
So I as a 5th level ranger would have 7 weapons I'm proficient with.
7 weapon proficiencies, because they think of them as a currency.
You could go expertise in one and then lower on
Yes,
another.
you can put multiple proficiencies into a single weapon, increasing your ability to use them.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Druid,
you get 2 at 1st level, and then at 4th level, you get another 2.
So 4 total.
Yes. And then you also have non-weapon proficiencies. Warrior, you start with 3, and then since you're our 5th level, you get another 3 at 3. For the Druid, you start with 4, and then give yourself another 4 because you are beyond level 3.
Okay. Now I need to go choose weapons. Where would weapons be? Chapter something. Combat. Where would weapons be?
Let's see. Chapter 6, money and equipment, and then I believe equipment list has them.
Yeah, it's the last one on the equipment list. Oh, the bow does not have stats because it's based on the arrow.
Based on your ammo.
Yeah. Do you care what we choose here?
No.
Sorry, where were weapons?
Chapter 6, equipment list.
And weapon tags in this game is just melee or missile. There's no like heavy or light or anything like that we have to deal with?
No. Some of them might have like a special marker. That little like T dagger marker. And if it has that, you should go look up the description of the item. But in most cases, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think the major
like
tags
the
for
speeds.
weapons are missile, melee, and then size.
What's factor?
Speed factor.
Okay.
That's important.
Yeah.
So when you roll initiative in this game, you declare what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Every action that you do has a modification to your initiative roll. Speed factor is you add that onto your initiative roll. The higher initiative, the slower you are.
Yeah, okay.
And then warrior, since you are not a fighter, you cannot choose weapon specialization, but you can get expertise.
Okay.
type? The light crossbow has no type.
Type is it's because light crossbow needs ammo, like a bow.
Okay.
Type is the damage type.
Okay.
Piercing, slashing, bludgeoning. So you'll be using light quarrel for the ammo for a light crossbow.
I'll be using what?
A light quarrel
What's that?
crossbow bolt.
Do I need to be proficient in that separately?
You don't need to be proficient in ammo, just the weapon.
Okay. I'm gonna go longbow, long sword, short.
Where do I find ammo? It's on the same page somewhere?
Yeah, it's right above light crossbow.
Oh, right above it.
Yeah.
How many do I get?
How many what?
Bolts. Or
Um,
do we not track it because it doesn't seem to be on here?
roll 2d20s.
High variance. You know what? Since it's the same die for distance, I'm just gonna write one.
So what's the difference between a flight arrow and a sheath arrow?
Distance and damage.
What would be both? Oh, one is twice the expense.
Don't worry too much about your costs. We're kind of
Sure.
just gonna hand wave that away with the actual campaign itself.
I mean, as somebody who'd be, inclined to do more damage than not doing more damage, I'd be inclined to take the sheath arrows, but I really don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what the difference is on a technicality. Would it make sense that I would carry sheath arrows? Or flight arrows seems to be the generic.
Yeah, flight arrows are supposed to, I think, are supposed to be for the longbow specifically, but I've seen people use both with either bow. Sheath arrow just does more damage. Flight arrow does less damage. I'm pretty sure because it's above the longbow, it's meant to be for the longbow.
So, yeah, a sheath arrow is a heavy military grade arrow distinct from lighter hunting arrows designed for war with a robust shaft, heavy fletching, and a sharp armor piercing head. Historically used with longbows for powerful impact, though sheath also refers to a bundle of 24, blah, blah, blah. So it probably makes sense that I carry both for different purposes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there is a chart that has the actual range. So.
I was going to say, I imagine the difference between ammo types is range, considering range isn't listed here. By the way, range isn't listed here. I don't know how long my light crossbow shoots.
Yeah. One of the worst things about second edition is how the book is organized.
Yeah, it's so separated, everything. Looking into proficiencies in where to spend my weapon proficiencies. Where do I go for that?
There is the proficiencies. Is it a chapter itself? Chapter 5. You'll find proficiencies there. And there probably is another one down in the combat and tactics book, which we will be using.
I think that one does have all the other finder details.
Yeah, where it has the details of what the proficiencies do.
Mm-hmm.
Because this doesn't have the proficiencies of what they do.
You don't really have to worry too much about it because neither of you can get specialization. You just want to know your attack rate for expertise, which is the same attack rate as specialization. You just don't get the plus hit and damage bonuses or special effects. So like a fighter who is specialized in a ranged weapon can attack first on initiative as combat starts, as not their own turn, so long as they have their weapon at the ready. And they get a bonus of +2 to hit and damage if they're within 30 feet of their target. A specialized melee weapon fighter gets +1 to damage, +2 to hit. And then they also have more attacks per round. And then attacks per round are also meted out weirdly in this game. In the odd round of combat, you have the lesser amount of attacks, and then in the even amount of combat, you have more attacks. Usually taken at the end of the round. So if you have an attack rate of 1/1, you're attacking once a round. If you have an attack rate of 2/3, you're attacking twice over 3 rounds.
How would I know what that is?
It is in the specialization chart. Page, table, I don't know what to call it.
Oh, okay. It is in Combat and Tactics, Chapter 4, Weapon Specialization and Mastery. Though I'm not finding very quickly. So I have 4 points to spend and only 2 items. But I'm not sure where to find how to spend those points.
So so you're looking to spend points in your weapons or your non-weapons?
Yeah. My weapon proficiencies, I have a light crossbow and dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Those are only 2 weapons that I have. I have 4 points.
Okay, so 1 point gets you familiar.
Okay.
No, 1 point gets you proficient.
Okay.
Then your second point gets you expertise.
Okay. So I could have expertise in both of these.
Mhm.
So I'll just say that I am.
Mhm.
What does that gain me?
You no longer have a penalty to attack with it.
Okay.
So if you're attacking with a non-proficient weapon, you have a -4. If you're using a class group of proficiencies, which you're not using, so like anything that's axe-like, you could just be familiar with a bunch of things.
Okay.
That will give you -2. If you're expertise or if you're proficient, you have no penalties at all. It's just a weapon. You don't have to worry about minusing anything unless something else happens to you.
Okay.
If you're expertise, you get a higher attack rate.
Okay. So I have a higher attack rate. What is my higher attack rate? And where do I write that on my sheet?
You just write it next to your weapon.
Okay.
So you're using a bow, correct?
Light crossbow.
So you're going to have an attack rate of once per round, which is an upgrade from being able to only attack once every other round.
Is that 1/1?
Yes.
And dagger?
Melee weapon, that should be twice a round.
I assume that's 2/1.
Yes.
We're so deep in it, we haven't even started talking about magic yet, and I'm a druid.
I love this system.
Okay. Non-weapon proficiencies.
Back up at the proficiencies chapter.
In the player's handbook?
Yes.
All of this is very general. There's no list of things that I could choose from.
Table 37. And non-weapon proficiencies 2.
Oh, okay. And there's no expertise or anything here. I'd just pick 8 things.
Yes. Sometimes you could put more proficiencies into something to get a higher rating or to get like an extra thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to read them. But in general, when you take a proficiency in 2nd edition, it allows you to do the most basic things in that field without needing to roll about it. Now, if it's something more advanced or something more particular, that's what your check modifier is for.
And where would I write this? Just in notes?
The
The second page. Oh, proficiencies.
Yeah.
And then it says relevant ability, and there's various numbers on here. Oh, the check modifier?
Mhm.
Is that what I write in check? So, like, if I were to choose etiquette, it says charisma 0. Is 0 what I would write in the check box?
That is your base check. So you can spend another proficiency, and I think it increases it by 1. So if you're trying to make a etiquette check, you just have a bonus of +0 while you make that check. If you need to make the check at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend more proficiencies, then it increases.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the actual wordings.
Sure.
Once again, this book is horribly organized.
Mm.
And then the skills and powers actually changes how they work. Actually, I think it makes it better, but we're avoiding that because it adds a whole nother level of complexity to character creation.
Another hour to character creation.
hours a little. That's a little generous.
Now, some of these are listed under specific. There's general, and then there's ones listed under specific races. Does that mean that I can only pull from the priest ones or the general ones?
You can pull from general and priest.
Okay.
So this game really likes to make each class have a job, essentially. As opposed to being, like a rogue, 5th edition usually has proficiency in everything. Well, then a rogue here, their proficiencies are scaled down a lot. A lot of the proficiencies involve being roguish. And then in like 5th edition, proficiencies that feel roguish are like what? Stealth. That's it.
You're not wrong. Okay. I've decided I can't read. So I chose 8 different proficiencies. And there's a check modifier next to all of these proficiencies. Am I writing that, or is it that +1 because I'm proficient?
It's that.
It's that specifically. So just copy down where it says check modifier on here.
Yes.
Even though some of them are negatives?
Yes.
Okay.
So the relevant ability will modify that too.
Okay, so I should put any like strength mods or whatever on there?
I need to find that.
Okay, I will wait then. While I am waiting, I'm going to go.
The worst part is I was looking at this yesterday just to make sure I knew the proficiency.
Oh, I've had that so many times where like I'm prepping for a system that I'm like, oh, it's been a while since I've done it.
Yeah.
Or I haven't done it before where we do like the system exploration stuff. I go, oh yeah, I read this thing up and down like 2 or 3 times. And as soon as we sit down and record and you ask me a question or I sit at the table and go, sorry, give me a second. And I'm there for 2 minutes as I'm trying to like figure out where you're it's like, and I feel like I'm starting like, oh, like I swear I know this. I swear I've seen this before. Like, give me a second, give me a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I get that in my prep as well, where like there's a reason why I prep in the specific way that I do, which is I can write as much as I want, but then I get into the situation. It's like, I wrote this a year ago. I don't remember what's happening in this town. I'm just going to improvise.
Yeah.
So, another thing that this game does horribly is that it likes to change whether you want to roll high or roll low on a d20. Proficiencies is one of those things. So, your thing there. Let's say, what proficiency? Give me a proficiency you took.
Swim.
Ah, wise choice. It's a good thing I forgot to add literacy to this.
Oh, it's on there.
Well, so swimming has the pertinent ability of strength.
Yeah.
And has a check modifier of 0. So what you want to do is you want to roll under your strength plus 0. And then you succeed.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So I am writing those numbers on there.
Yes.
Okay. I lost where the fuck that was. Proficiencies.
Have a thing for fairly certain this would have been one of the things that he changed. Doesn't.
For the ease of the DM, do you want me to write down the driving ability?
What do you mean?
So that when I go to make a spellcraft check or whatever, you don't have to be like, is that wisdom? Is that strength?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna ask you. I'm not gonna ask you for your saves all the time too. You
Yeah,
could
I just mean so you don't have to look them up.
well, you could just look at them. I mean, if you know what they are, or you yeah, just write them down.
Yeah.
just write them down.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they are
Yeah.
inherently, so.
There has to be a way to make.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, that's right.
There's no skills on here. I just realized that.
That's right. The my favorite change, the one that I use all the time. So, base rules as written, second edition. You want to roll under your proficiency score, which is, why are we doing this? We're trying to roll over our saves, and we're trying to roll over their AC, kind of, and we're trying to. We could change that by using the DC 21 system. So, your pertinent score, you're going to be rolling your ability score as a modifier to a roll, and you want to take that over 21. The modifier that you have there, reverse it, and use that as a bonus or a penalty.
So if I wanted to do spellcraft, I would roll my intelligence score. It's written down as -2, but I would do a +2
Mm-hmm.
and try to get over 21.
Correct.
Okay. I don't like that all of the things that I chose are intelligence.
What were we talking about? Dump stats earlier? The dump stat of intelligence?
Yep.
Intelligence also gives you the ability to just come into the game with more languages.
Well,
fact.
I didn't take a good intelligence score. I just took all intelligence skills for no reason. And I'm not changing it now.
Well, it's just a measure of your intelligence, I say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is nice actually taking something you have a low score in and giving you certain boons within it as a way of compensating is actually a decent way of doing things. I understand it's not the optimizing way of doing things where it's like, oh, if you don't have intelligence, just don't make intelligence-based checks. Run your character that way. But I do like being like, oh, I have very low intelligence, so I'm specifically going to put proficiencies in intelligence so that I might do intelligent things as like a counterbalance. Instead of optimization, I prefer counterbalance in characters. Give me that high intellect barbarian, please. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3.
I'm probably going to be
4,
backtracking
5.
a lot. So weapon proficiencies. I have 7 slots. I can or cannot double into a particular weapon.
Can.
You can.
That's how you get to expertise instead of proficiency.
Yeah, so expertise and specialization are the same level. It's just that one's better and one's only allowed if you're a fighter.
Okay.
Still get expertise.
Okay.
And
So-
expertise gives you, it's just like being proficient, but you have a higher attack rate.
Okay. Okay. So right now I have 7 points.
Mhm.
So the 3 main weapons I have, I can become expertise in.
Yes.
Okay. And that just gives me another weapon I could just use. I could just.
Well, he's a warrior. Can he go beyond expertise?
No, because you need to be a warrior fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, warrior fighters focus on
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah. So you would want to expertise all of those, which he will give you the attack rate improvement. And then you probably want to just pick one more weapon, which you will not have an improvement on attack rate with. You just won't have negatives to use it.
Yeah.
one of them fancy warriors that do like mystical things.
Not yet. I think it's eighth level. I get
Yeah.
the priest
So
spells.
the
really?
Yeah.
the option the other
What's the
classes
point?
like druids, rangers, paladins, and bards, they really have to invest into their class and get pretty far to get like the special things that make them special.
Yeah. Oh, well, so far, if I use studded leather, the ranger's ability is I get some move in shadows, and I get to move at whatever speed. There's like penalties I don't get, and I can attack with 2 weapons with no penalties in studded or lighter armor. So like there are benefits to being a ranger. It's just the spell list doesn't hit me till 8th.
His spell list is going to be a fucking problem.
Also, even though you're not a fighter, you're still a warrior, so you have access to fighting styles down in combat and tactics. Chapter 4, fighting style specializations.
I really want to lean into this whole 2-weapon fighting.
I would suggest getting ambidexterity then.
Well, so in Ranger,
Rangers are ambidextrous by default.
yes, Rangers have by default, if I have studded armor, or maybe not studded, I think by default I could just do two-handed.
Yeah.
I think there's other stuff I get by being studded leather or lower.
Yeah, the weirdness of the subclasses are really handled a lot better when you could do stuff to your class with not combat tactics, skills and powers.
Yeah.
Should I be looking at armor?
Yeah.
So the armor says, my bonus is 6. I imagine that's THACO related. What does that translate over to the plus system?
Where is that?
It's under armor. Let me see. I forgot where it was. Money, equipment. I think it's money, equipment. Wait, where's? I was just looking at it. Oh, equipment list, armor. Wait, no, that one doesn't show the bonus. I found it somewhere. Again, in this.
Is it table 46 armor class rating?
Maybe there was like bonuses.
AC rating 6?
Yes.
That'll be +4.
That's a +4. And so what's base again for AC?
Oh no. Yours is it's +3. Base is 10.
Base is 10.
Base is 10 for everyone?
And that's just bonus 0. Bonus 0, correct?
What do you mean?
So like it has AC and then it has bonus next to it on the sheet. So bonus, I imagine you're adding all that up, correct, to get your
Yes.
total?
Yeah.
So you
Base
have 10,
10,
then your armor would be 3, and then your dex, if you have any from that, will be whatever there.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Sorry. Sorry. And what's dex again? What does that do?
So what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 16.
I believe that is at least a +1.
Okay.
Yes, that is a +1.
Okay.
No, that is a +2.
Ooh.
I was looking at the wrong reaction adjust.
So, I'm looking at the armors under armor descriptions, and they have the AC in there, but I'm assuming this is THACO because what looks like lighter armor to me has bigger numbers.
Correct. Subtract that. Subtract 10 from that number.
Subtract 10 from that number.
Yeah, and make sure you're looking at the right thing because those show you armors and then armors and combinations of stuff. So it'll
So
be
like hide armor is an AC 6 here.
that sounds wrong. That might be hide armor with a shield and helmet.
Oh, hide armor might be 6. Because it's one of the lighter armors.
Yeah, and then like half plate or full plate is 1.
Yeah, so you might subtract 10 from it, so you get a +4 based off your armor of hide. If you're at plate, you get a +9.
Yeah, subtract -10 from it.
Yeah.
Hide is 6.
So you'd get, if it's the same as mine, so you'd get a +4 based off your armor.
Now studded leather alone is just +3.
Oh, I thought I saw
Studded leather with a shield is +4.
That's correct. It's studded leather is AC 7.
Yeah.
So
okay.
They write it again horribly.
now, what would be my reason? I'm looking at hide armor,
Horribly.
leather armor thematically, but one of them's a +2, one of them's a +4.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I would go with the +4, unless there are other reasons why I wouldn't.
Are you wearing a bear that you skinned and put on your back, or are you wearing a deer that you tanned after hours and hours of boiling and tanning.
But that would be thematic reasons, right?
Yeah.
I mean, mechanical reasons. Are there mechanical
I
reasons?
do not believe there are any.
Okay. Well,
You can always look at the description for the armors.
I'm gonna go with what you said, and I'm gonna say,
Yes, but I know you, and you want that thematic.
yeah. That's why I'm going with what you said. And not
It
only
is
is
stiff and hard to move in.
what does it hide?
But I don't think there's any actual mechanical thingamabob here.
Well, I'm gonna go with hide instead of leather, as it is untanned. And yes, it is a bear that I have turned into essentially a sleeveless hoodie. There's just a loose bear head flopping around on my back while I have a vest that is my hide armor. It's a baggy sleeveless hoodie. Hood never up.
Interestingly enough, the descriptions don't actually have anything like you can't sneak in this.
It might be in rules elsewhere. So I talked about us just not knowing the rules for 5e because we learned through playing. We had a whole Take the Damage podcast about how to make armor matter. All of that's already in 5e. There are negatives to stealth. There are strength requirements to be able to use heavier armors. Anything with metal gives you disadvantage on like stealth and shit like that. All of those things are already in it. So the reason why you would pick one armor or the other is actually in the base rules. The rules is written for 5e. So that whole podcast episode is trash. It turns out they did think of that. Because remember our whole big thing was like we thought the only penalty was cost, but then a lot of DMs just hand out plate for free. And that was our big discrepancy is like, well, it shouldn't just be cost. There should be mechanical reasons.
I mean,
there are mechanical reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember how that podcast went, but I swear I remember when we played, like we always would pay attention or talk about like the big disadvantage button that shows up on like 5e.
Yes, but a lot of that we thought was due to like proficiencies and whatnot, and it's not. Proficiencies align with your ability to use it at all, whereas depending on like the material and the depending on the material and the thickness, the heaviness of the thing is whether you get that disadvantage or not. So even if you're proficient with it, and then on top of that, there are score requirements to be able to use certain ones. So like,
sure,
it's not just that your DM didn't give it to you; you can't use it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't doubt it. You know, there's a lot of
Well,
nuance to the book and a lot of like little things that just get skimmed over.
I don't doubt it now that I know it. We definitely doubted it when we were talking about it.
Oh, yeah,
we
of
talked
course.
about, that was a long episode too. It was a fun episode, but okay. I need to know my Dex 14, what that does to my armor.
Think you get nothing.
Good.
10 through 14 is a flat 0 in all the subcategories.
Shit, yeah. Okay. The next big thing I think we need to go through is all of what the abilities drive.
Yes.
I mean, I still got.
I could wait. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that as the next step.
Yeah, where are you, Nix?
Because like I can't really fill out the rest of my weapons to hits and to damage until I know those numbers.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I will wait for Nix to catch up.
So the SML that's based off your character's size status, correct? Like if you're looking at weapons, it shows like on the top of the
No,
category,
that's the weapons size.
well, each one has a number.
That's factor.
That's the creature that you're going against. So if it's a small to medium creature, which is usually lumped together,
yes,
that's the damage you do. Are you talking about the damage numbers there?
Well,
Yes.
well, but even so, that doesn't make a lot of sense if it's the creature you're attacking, because why would it be more damage to larger creatures?
It's just how it is.
Oh, it's typically not. So like
Swords,
as an example,
I think swords do more damage against larger creatures.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
so like
it's very conditional because my dagger doesn't. My dagger does more damage to a smaller medium creature and less damage to a large creature. I do.
I thought I was interpreting that because mine does more. That it depends on your size category as a.
It sounds like it's just weapon dependent rather than either thing that me and you thought were driving it.
So my missile weapon ranges, the SML, each one of those is different.
Short, medium, and long. So when you attack within short range, you get no penalties.
Sure.
When you attack within medium range, I think you get a -2, and long gives you a -6.
Okay. And then rate of fire is I would get 2 shots per round.
Correct.
Because it's 2-1 ROF.
Yes.
Okay.
Which would be 2/1 that you would write
Yeah,
next to your
2/1.
weapon name. Where do you see ranges? I also don't have ranges written down for my, I assume short only for my dagger, but for my crossbow, I do not have ranges written down. I didn't find them.
It's equipment descriptions in money and equipment. Under equipment descriptions, there is missile weapon
In the player's
ranges.
handbook?
Yeah.
Money and equipment, equipment descriptions. Weapons?
It's missile weapon ranges is the page.
Oh, okay.
Table 45.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tables you guys love so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's -5 for.
So my ROF is already 1. So I didn't get an increase in my...
That's the base one.
Yeah. But then I went expertise and it didn't improve.
Huh. I feel like that's not. I think because combat and tactics overwrites base game.
Okay. It's fine. I'm just double checking. This is a level of that I struggle with when I'm trying to find DMs on the internet. When I'm trying to learn a system, is I don't know why, but I do know why. It's the community, and I could sense where I would have the similar perspective. But I'll go to DMs and I'm like, hey, I want to learn the system, so I kind of want it to be rules as written, and they're fine with that. But then I'll ask questions. I'm like, oh, when I do this stat doesn't matter. And they're like, oh, no, not typically, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, just checking. And they're like, but I'll let you do it. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I just wanted to know. And they're like, no, it's fine. Go ahead and add those bonuses to it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I want it. Rules as written. I'm trying to learn the system. I don't mind losing here because I'm trying to learn. It's okay if I'm bad at it.
You'll find that most people who play this game do not use rules as written ever. Or they just don't actually understand rules as written.
That's kind of my point is I don't think anybody does. I think I'm asking a weird thing.
Yeah.
I think especially when questioning something, I think they think that I'm having a feel bad moment. So they're like, go ahead and add the bonuses to it. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to understand.
So part of me thinks it's because a lot of people don't actually know the proper rules as written.
I know I don't. I professionally run 5e. And I have never read the book. I've just played it so extensively.
And then another reason is I think that sometimes the adjustments that we make as DMs just feel better in the long run for everybody, including ourselves.
Yeah, there's definitely times I'll say things in 2 ways at my tables when I'm doing something, especially if it's a rule of cool moment, where I'll be like, "Hey, I don't want to allow this because I don't want to set the precedence of you guys thinking that this is how it's going to be ruled every time." Or I'll very explicitly say in this moment, I like what you're doing, I like where your head's at, I'll allow it, but that isn't typically how I would rule it, just so you're aware for the future.
Yeah. It's funny because one of my favorite 2E shows, Hardcore Heroes by Koibu, we mention him a lot.
Or we're playing AD&D and you get most of your...
Like I said, he's my king.
Yeah. He's your vamp daddy, if you will.
He gave me my koibolds, okay? So I gotta pay homage to the guy.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I also use that voice when I do dog kobolds.
Sure you do.
And I feel sad that that's usually in my world's like
Something to kill.
6 months in between, and I just don't get to do that voice for 6 months.
But his show Hardcore Heroes was meant to play 2E as Raw,
Mm-hmm.
and I think like 16 to 20 episodes in, they decided to just change things.
Yeah, this sucks.
They didn't go with THACO. That was the one thing they didn't go with at the start,
Mm-hmm.
and they just started changing things.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens like that at a table. If you have a long running table, it's like, nobody really likes this rule.
Yeah.
Let's just adapt it. But we can go to the other stuff now. I just need to get that range and stuff.
Okay. I'm still trying to find the actual attack rate chart in combat and tactics.
It's eluding you.
Yeah. I know it's supposed to be somewhere. I know crossbows are supposed to be really bad to use to the point where you kind of just want to shoot one off and then switch to a new weapon. But expertise is supposed to make them usable. I'm pretty sure light crossbow is supposed to be like twice every other round, and then heavy crossbow is supposed to be like once every 3 rounds until you expertise. So 1-1, and I'm pretty sure bows with expertise are supposed to be attacking at 3-1.
That makes sense. It's 2-1 is base.
Yeah. All right. So what are we moving on to? We're talking about
The
derived stats.
yeah, derived stats. The moving from left to right on the sheet.
Remind me post podcast. I wanted to talk to you, Gray. I'm gonna, in a non-permanent injury campaign, I'm gonna introduce permanent injury, and you're gonna love it.
Oh boy. Okay. So in 2nd edition AD&D, every single attribute has derivative stats. In 5th edition, you only have proficiencies as your derivative stats, plus 2 hit and 2 damage for whichever weapon you're using based on finesse or ranged. Here, we have a lot of stuff. So, strength has melee hit bonuses, melee damage bonuses, the amount of weight you can carry in pounds, which uses encumbrance, and there are various encumbrance rules. You have your maximum press, which is the heaviest weight a character can lift over their head. They cannot walk more than a few steps with it. But, if you're trying to keep the ceiling from falling down, or if you're trying to pick an ogre up and suplex him, that's your stat there. And then you have Sav's favorite, the open doors and the bend bars lift gates. So
It's a swinging door. Just go through. I can't. I can't.
they joke, but if it's a heavy door or a stuck door, it
is fine.
You have a thing to do about it.
It's my joking aside. My opinion is that it's unnecessary. Like in my games, I'd just be like, well, this is a stone door. So like a normal door is just for you can open it. This is a stone door. Maybe it's, a DC 14 to be able to open it. Strength check, easy. I'd just make up a DC. The fact that it's a stat on the sheet is the part that I find funny. But I think it's fine. Especially if it's a dungeon crawl game.
I'm finding more and more that I hate just having normal strength checks to open doors that are either very heavy or like barred shut.
Sure.
And I think to this game, I'm like, you know what? I think they really should only have a 2% chance to be able to open this door by brute force.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, honestly, sometimes I'm assuming your issue comes from DCs just being beat. And if that's true,
DCs being beatable in a reasonable fashion.
Yeah, and if that's true, I think your DCs are just too low for some things.
True.
Like,
I could just make it a DC 34, but I'm using the flat DC 21 system.
That changes things, sure.
Yeah.
So like for 5e, it's pretty doable where you're just like, yeah, this is a DC 25 door. Have fun trying to open it.
I mean, if you have a flat DC, that makes it harder. But you could always have like levels
Modifiers and stuff.
Yeah.
You could have like levels of success.
No.
Where like
personally,
I mean,
no, I understand what you're saying. Personally, I hate levels of success.
Sorry. Maybe that was the wrong term. I meant
I want
like
people to fail.
like if the door is heavy enough, a successful
Yeah,
check
like,
moves the door a
budget
little bit. Yeah, and then you just
Depending on the situation, I will do that.
I do. This does bring me back to an anecdote. I had a house. The house itself was an aberration. The puzzle to exit the house was the doors, and the doors magically wanted to be closed. And I genuinely had a fun, almost combat level intense scene of my whole party just trying to close doors. It was so good.
And before we move on with strength, strength is all attribute scores in this game are actually very special because humans are very limited as to how much they can go up in any attribute. Some classes, like the dwarves, I think, can't go very high in, say, dexterity. When you're a human, you can't go past 18. There is something called exceptional strength. If you get an 18 naturally when you make your character in strength, you roll a D100. And then that gives you, I think, 5 extra levels of strength called exceptional strength. Now, if you're a demi-human, say an elf or a dwarf, you don't need to do that. You can actually go to 19. So, have fun with that.
Nobody rolled an 18, so we don't have to deal with.
Yeah, we don't. None of us are exceptional.
And only fighters can do that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked 18 being the number because that's like, yeah, you rolled max on your die. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll see if you go and find the rules out there. You'll see in the tables for the scores that there are blue rows. Those are for non-humans. Those can only be attained non-magically by non-humans. Fun fact. Or not so fun, depending on what kind of player you are.
Before we move on from strength, do we want to fill out the strength?
Yes, so let's do that. All right.
I imagine this isn't class-based, so we'll probably could do it at the same time, right? It's
Yep.
based on a number.
It's based on a number. So, what are your guys' numbers?
Strength 11.
Mine's 14.
Okay, so starting with strength 11, you are 0, 0, 35, 90, 5. Wait, no. Go back all the way to wait, allow.
Okay.
40.
1 sec. I gotta bust out the eraser. That's why we use pencils when we play TTRPGs, everybody.
Called pen and paper, though.
40.
115, 6, and 2%. Sav has a 2% chance to open a very locked door.
Love it.
Well, to bend bars.
Well,
Very
it's
bend
bend bars,
bars.
lift gates.
Oh, okay. Lift gates, yeah.
You can lift a gate to 2%. And what was yours, Nix?
14.
Okay, so yours are 0, 0, 55, 170, 8, and 7%.
Hey, I can press more than my ranger can.
Good for you.
I know, right?
I can't. I'm almost certainly weaker than my druid. You know what? Just out of curiosity, can you tell me the stats strength for 10, aka average? I want to know how I compare. Just starting from weight allowed.
115.
For press?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. For, strength 10.
115.
Same. Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 and 11, then 12 and 13, then 14 and 15.
This is fucking bullshit, guys. This is... I feel targeted. I feel like what you're saying is that I am less than average in real life.
No.
Well, you can't press more than 115?
115? I don't know. Doesn't that seems like you would have to train to do that, and I don't train.
This 50 is like what, 35 on each side?
45s on each side?
No, 45 is 135. So 35-pound plates on each side.
I think that'd be hard for me. Although this is supposed
But
to
this
be
is like
a
your
stat
max
that's
effort.
hard. This is like this is hitting what do they call that?
1 rep max?
You're 1 rep max.
You're
I
1
think
rep
you
max,
could 1
yeah.
rep max
Yeah, probably.
One-
I could hold
115.
two
Probably.
5-gallon jugs of water like this, kind of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. You guys could easily do that. Well, not easily.
Two 5-gallon buckets above your head?
Yeah, the bottles of water you put on the water machine.
Yeah.
I carry them in 2 at a time.
Yeah, on your shoulder, though. There's a lot of weight being removed from that.
I mean, I don't like doing
I mean, I gotta get exercise somehow.
that. Yeah, I don't like. I go one at a time, bud. I don't want to.
I want them in the house fast as possible.
No.
I just don't drink water. That's my solution. That way I never have to lift it.
I'm just too afraid of hurting any part of
Nobody
my body.
in my house will lift them, so I gotta do it, and I want to do it fast. All right. So now we move on to dexterity.
Okay.
So dexterity governs your ability to. We're not using reaction adjustment to dexterity. That is being moved to perception. Missile attack adjustment. So you're 2-hit with ranged weapons, be it thrown or shot, and then your AC or defensive adjustment. So if you got a -2 in your dexterity's bonus, we're using that as a +2 instead. That's your AC. That is your dexterity AC. So let's start with dexterity.
14.
14. So you have zeros across the board.
Love it.
Welcome to average.
16.
16. You have a +1 to missile attack adjust and a +2 to dexterity AC.
Cool.
Talking about that D100 system, I do remember when we were playing G&G, is the score was your to hit, and it's because within that game, it's much more about tactics and your ability to hit. It's like, yeah, you get to level 10, you might be Clint Eastwood. You might just insta-kill people. It's fine. Or insta-hit people. It's fine. I don't mind. But every point that you spent is a genuine, your mod.
Sure.
Increase to your mod. Which was not, it's a good feeling. I'd like to take that good feeling into other games.
All right. Constitution. Some might argue is the most important stat in any game because it governs your HP. It is not that, it doesn't do that necessarily in this one. In 5th edition, if you have a constitution of 15, you'll have a modifier of +2 or 3.
Yeah. Plus, in this setup, it doesn't seem to actually affect your HP all that much unless it's very high.
It has to be very high, and you have to be of a certain level, and you have to be a warrior or fighter. No,
Yeah.
actually a warrior.
Your class is so much more determined.
Your
on
class
your
is
HP.
very determinate about your HP. However, one thing it does do is it sets a cap on the maximum amount of times you could be resurrected from death.
Yeah.
So if you have a constitution of 12, you can only come back to life 12 times.
12 times?
Mm-hmm.
So many times.
Realistically, that is a lot of times.
That's so many times. to be
However, you got to also
resurrected.
survive the resurrection. We'll get to that soon. So, Constitution covers your hit point adjustment. It covers your system shock check, your resurrection survival check, your poison save, and regeneration, if you should be able to have that much, which is probably not going to ever have that much. You got to be magical to get that. All right, Constitutions.
12.
You get, in order of starting with hit point adjustment, you get 0,
Mhm.
80% for system shock,
80?
85 for resurrection survival,
Oh. I thought I got a 12 there. Okay, 85%.
poison save is 0, and you do not get any regeneration.
So 0.
Yeah, you need to have 20 con to regenerate at all.
Good Lord.
And then it's once every 6 turns, 20. What's your con?
14.
14. You got 0 to hit point adjustment, 88 to system shock, 92 to resurrection survival, and a 0 to poison save. You got to be 19 to have anything in poison save, or be a dwarf.
I mean, that is pretty crazy that 20 makes you like you regenerate your flesh
You regenerate your flesh at a rate of 1 hit point every hour,
yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's still wild.
which is actually kind of massive.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
it's yeah.
In go to sleep or rest for a day, don't do anything, you get back 24 hit points.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got intelligence. So, like in most games, intelligence doesn't do a lot on its face.
I mean, I have zeros in everything so far, so nothing does a lot.
True. It mostly works for wizards in 2nd edition. Wizards will get an increase to the maximum spell level they can learn, the chance to learn a spell, and the max spells they can have per level. For us non-wizards, it gives us more languages. If we were using spells and powers, spells and powers,
Powers and skills.
skills and powers. If we're using those other supplementary books that make this game much more interesting, it would give you more character points, I think. And then let's see, what's your guys' intelligence? How many extra languages do you know?
11.
You know 2 of languages.
What would be the second most prevalent in your world? So there's common, obviously, and then... Oh, wait. You use undercommon for animals, right? Or for non-humanoids?
This is a different place in a different era.
Okay.
I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay.
Why don't you say... Let's see. There's a version of Spanish. You have a version of Arabic. You have a version of some mishmash of Southeast Asian languages. And then, let's say, something like an Eastern European language.
Okay. Those would be outside of common.
Yes.
I'm just going to write EU.
Got it.
I was thinking about doing an absolutely horrible Slavic accent anyways. Because
I was going to say
because I'm
Latvian.
trying to learn it.
And for you, Nick,
10.
you also get 2 languages.
Everything else is 0.
Everything else is 0. Intelligence also gives you immunity to illusions, but you got to have a very high intelligence to even get that start.
What's my max spell level?
That's only for wizards.
Oh, okay. So that's not for my druid spells.
No.
Okay.
Is there a place to put language?
I just put it under languages. Instead of writing 2, I just wrote 2 in.
Oh, sure.
Other than that, there's an additional
Also additional notes, yeah.
Oh, and under that, languages. I'll do it proper.
Yeah, so Spanish, Arabic, Southeast Asian,
Oh, I see.
Slavic, and common.
I'll go with the Spanish.
I'm mostly using this as an excuse because I have an NPC that was requested to have a Slavic accent, and I don't know how to do that. And the best way to learn is to practice. So I'm using our public-facing platform to practice.
It's okay. You can't be racist against Slavs.
I got the blood for it. I have ancestors.
Yeah, but if I was speaking in the tongue of my people, I'd be canceled in an instant. All right, so wisdom's our next stat. It is written down as willpower. This one gives you a bonus to your magical defenses. So for like fears, charms, illusions, possessions, stuff like that. Bonus spells if you're a priest. Looking at you. Chance of spell failure if you're a priest. Looking at you. And spell immunity.
I don't have spell immunity on this sheet.
Probably because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's another one of those you got to be like 19 or higher. All right. Who's first?
I got 13.
13 gives you 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus spells, first level. Chance of failure, 0. You just made the cut.
And does that mean, is that bonus spells on top of the spells that I would know, or does that mean I only have first level spells?
It means you have a bonus of 1 first level spell.
Okay.
I got a 14.
More wise than the priest. 0. You have a bonus of first level. and a 0% chance of failure. So if you had 12 wisdom instead, you have a 5% chance on every spell you cast to just outright fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So willpower is pretty important for a druid.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Probably should have swapped my willpower and perception.
Not sure why it's charisma, but hey, I'm sure I don't have enough cocaine in my blood to understand it.
Yeah. You'd need way more. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised to see druids as a charisma caster.
It is weird, especially because we're used to it just being wisdom.
I recently wrote, not to fucking tangent again, I'm sorry, but I recently worked with a player. We changed their 5e sorcerer from a charisma caster to a wisdom caster, and it's awesome. Like the flavor of it's so cool. Because like traditionally sorcerers are supposed to be like, oh, this force of willpower of their like personality and whatnot, which I get, being like bloodline and shit, but
Yeah.
I like the idea of it also being like the sorcerer, the innate part drawing on their ties to being a wanderer in nature and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just think it's neat.
All right. So for charisma, we got this allows you to this caps the number of henchmen you could have at any one time. Loyalty base, usually involving henchmen, and your reaction adjustment. So this version of reaction adjust, there's like 3 versions of reaction adjust. This one is how people react to you. So there is a table where it shows you the default level of reaction of like demeanor someone might have to you. They could find you untrustworthy. They could be outright afraid of you. They could be outright hostile towards you. Your charisma, be it high or low enough, can change those things. They can then see you. It could then be from hostile to wary, or they could be they don't care at all to friendly, that sort of thing. What are your guys' charismas?
16.
16. Maximum number of henchmen, 8.
I have questions. Loyalty base?
Loyalty base plus 4. And reaction adjustment plus 5.
9.
Maximum level of henchmen, 4. You have 0 loyalty. And you have 0 reaction adjust.
At least it's not disgust.
So here's my question.
You're 1 off from having -1.
How often do you play with henchmen, and what are the rules around that? These are people that we in play have to recruit. This isn't like rangers have animal companions, and typically
So that would be
they just get them.
in the book. My henchmen are, well, at least it says that they're like animal companions. So my henchmen are creatures, but also in the book it says until level 8, I'm such a loner that I don't have. Even if I have the stats for it, I don't have henchmen.
So there are 3 classes of NPC that are available to the player in this, the rules, the archaic sort of rules of this game. You have hirelings, followers, and henchmen. Hirelings are people that you just hire to do stuff.
Yeah,
they could be sailors, blacksmiths, something. They could, function as a fighter in the front lines for sometimes, but they're not there to do that. They're never going to level up. They're normal NPCs. They might have 6 HP, 10 AC. That is a hireling.
Oh,
And
so like if you have
money's
a keep or a
that too.
castle.
Money is what keeps them around.
Yeah.
And then you have followers. Followers act like actual other characters, like other player characters, and they're there out of loyalty.
Okay.
So they can do stuff like you do, and they tend to just be warriors or fighters, and they tend to come looking for you because they hear of your noble deeds and whatnot. Usually, you can only get them if you're a warrior yourself. Technically, usually a fighter as well. And then there's henchmen. Henchmen they're supposed to be strong in a certain way. They have a deep amount of respect for your character, and they're willing to risk their lives for you because for whatever reason, that's just what they are. They're your guys. I don't know how much to say it.
Bigger low-level NPCs.
Yeah,
They are bigger NPCs rather than like followers being PCs.
Yeah, so they
they're
have
not
respect for
as
you.
powerful as followers.
They're not necessarily here out of loyalty. They expect if you're doing jobs for money to be getting some of that coin.
Yeah. So my question would be,
Mhm.
how do I, in character creation, or do I get these 8 henchmen? And what's your typical experience with that? Because it's a stat that, like, I mean, he has a terrible score and he has henchmen.
Well, I've never really come across. I don't think I've ever seen henchmen really brought into a game all that much. I think I've only usually ever seen followers. They're supposed to be hard to find, hard to obtain, because they're supposed to be actual like player level type characters. Well, player -1 level type characters. If they ever reach your level, they leave, which is a weird thing. It's one of those rules that you kind of just look at and think.
Well, because they're henchmen and henchmen are subservient. And if they're better than you, why would they be subservient? I get that.
Yeah.
Whereas a follower is a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say roll D8.
That's what you would.
Actually, hold on. Is it the fighter that gets them at a certain level, or can henchmen come whenever they want? Because I know that there is a rule that tells you that fighters get a certain amount of followers.
Yes,
I don't
believe
think there's
so.
a rule for henchmen like that.
Yes.
That's kind of my curiosity is like, I'm perfectly fine not having henchmen. If that's a part of the game, should I have henchmen? And what does that look like?
I'll let you decide once I read you the prompt.
Sure. I'm just wondering if there's rules that dictate that. Like you were just saying the warrior has.
I can't.
But he
Yeah.
can't.
Until
all.
level 8, I'm such a fucking lonely guy who moves all the time that I can't.
You have at best one follower and it's me.
So technically, my character's supposed to be moving all the time, or at least that's the kind of idea of a ranger. Constantly on the move. I can't have treasure because everything has to be portable. I have to hold my money on me.
Yeah.
But one of the abilities of a ranger is that I can build castles, forts, and strongholds. So in Gray's world, I will ask if in some place, I don't know if it's relevant to where I'm currently at, that I have a fort. I want a fort.
I'm pretty sure that's also level locked, though.
No, it just says rangers can build castles, forts, or strongholds, but do not gain any special followers by doing so. So I just have
double down on you not having your followers.
I just have a fort somewhere. It could be completely irrelevant to the game. I just have a fort somewhere in the woods that nobody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a fort there, and I don't keep anything in there because, again, I can't hold treasure. I keep everything to me. There's just a fort I built. I don't know, because I was bored on a weekend or something, or like I had like a couple months off and I could just fuck around, and I just made a fort.
It's funny.
Taking a look. Henchman might be a thief.
Might be a what?
A thief or rogue only thing. I
Mm.
don't think it is, though.
Well, mine says I can have henchmen, hirelings, and mercenaries and servants, but I only after level 8, and only after I have a certain amount of money.
I guess that's very specific to Ranger, though.
It is very specific to Ranger. I don't know how it works with Druids. I don't know if they have any caveats.
I know fighters just attract people to them by hitting 8th level or 9th level. There you go.
Oh, so there is a paladin does not attract a body of followers. Upon reaching 9th level or building a castle, however, he can still hire soldiers and specialists, although these men must be lawful good and comportant. A paladin may employ only lawful good henchmen, or those who act in a manner when alignment is unknown. A paladin will cooperate with characters of alignment only as long as they behave themselves. He will try to show them the proper way and live through blah, blah, blah. Even thieves can be tolerated, something. So you might not be able to until 1, you have a castle, and 2, you're level 9. Did you catch that, Saab?
Say the last part.
So I think you have to be 9th level or build a castle in order to
Have henchmen.
have followers at all.
Well, not followers. That's a different class. Followers are a different class.
No, there's no rules about henchmen. Apparently, according to the DMG, it's just if an NPC thinks you're cool and you spend a long enough time showing off how cool you are.
You do not. This is what bots have to say. You do not automatically start with the maximum number of henchmen.
Yeah, well,
So I
bots are
definitely don't have
stupid.
8. The bots are terribly stupid. This is the best I could do on the fly.
I don't use them unless it's to make.
It says that rules
images.
is written. I'm supposed to recruit them.
As I'm sure Nix understands.
I got you.
All right. That's that. Oh, perception. That's right.
It looks like I'm supposed to recruit them in the campaign.
Yeah.
I could just have a maximum of 8, but I'm supposed to recruit them. Now, if your story is starting at level 5, just like DM discretion, but just like any campaign, the reason why you would start at a higher level is the expectation that these are experienced people. You might allow for it, but overall, it seems like you're supposed to earn them.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Paladin, not Druid.
Let me look up the perception rule real quick, and then that's the last of our ability scores. Prize adjustment from dexterity and illusion immunity.
Yeah. It looks like recruitment. So just because I have a max of 8 doesn't mean I have henchmen. That's funny. That would break my Saturday campaign if that was a rule in D&D, because they're starting a guild. Which I guess could be technically hirelings. I guess there would be no limit to hirelings, but yeah, they're starting a guild, and like they're trying to have like 200 plus
Oh, wow.
homies. Yeah, like that's the goal of that player character. We're like a year in. It's part of the hook. They're
Sure.
supposed to start a guild.
Sure.
So it's part of the hook. They're also like all of their recruits are like CR1. They're nothing. They're
Yeah.
training them to be more. The purpose is numbers. They're not to be necessarily immediately used.
What's your guys' dexterities?
My dexterity
14.
is 16.
14 gets 0 to surprise adjust, and 16 gets
perception, you mean?
yeah. And
14
Oh,
still.
sorry.
You said dexterity.
no. Oh yeah, that's right. What's your perceptions? My bad.
14 still.
Yeah, it's same thing.
Mine's 10.
What is it? Surprise adjust?
Yep. Both of you get 0 to surprise adjust.
Okay.
And then illusion immunity, you don't have 19s. Doesn't matter.
We both get that one.
Both get none.
Nothing on both for both of us. Yeah.
All right. Where do we go from here?
Back
Wealth?
to our weapons.
Oh.
Back to our weapons. So our to hit for a melee weapon would be our melee hit adjust plus our classes to hit.
Yes.
And nothing else would be added to that.
Nothing else. Unless some external modifier shows up. There are plenty of modifiers like that. If you are fighting on uneven ground, if you're fighting upstairs and you're higher up, you get a bonus of +2 to hit. If you're attacking someone from behind while they're not engaged with you, say someone's fighting Nyx over here, and you walk up behind some guy, you got a +4 to hit. How it is.
Yeah. And then to damage for melee weapons, it would be our melee damage adjust, again, plus our to not plus to hit.
Not your 2 hit.
And then missile hit adjustment would be our 2 damage for missile weapons.
Correct.
Yeah, which for me is 0 for both. So cool. Okay.
Yep.
We still have encumbrance to go over. Experience, which I'm sure is just going to be a conversation, but essentially we have whatever.
Mhm.
And then equipment, mounts, and I think that's it.
Where is you love encumbrance? Now that I think about it, maybe I don't love encumbrance for this minor campaign of ours.
Mini campaign. We could skip it if you don't want to deal with it for this game.
Yeah.
I mean, my encumbrance rules for all of my games is just don't have too much shit on your person.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets silly. If you guys reach,
Well, that's kind of my thing. Is literally that's the thing. Is like I don't care how much things weigh. Just don't be silly. You
if it
don't
gets
have
silly,
30 daggers.
if it gets to a point where like, okay, you guys are gonna have to be encumbered if you want to do this, then I'll take care of it then.
I'm fine with just DM discretion of what seems silly to you, and then we shouldn't do that. Like if we're looking at a crate and there's like 15 swords in there, and Nyx is like, I pick up all 15 swords and put them in my pocket, and you're like, no, you don't. But my encumbrance, we never did the encumbrance. I don't care. That's stupid. DM discretion is how I feel about encumbrance.
I would probably see if I could get all the swords, tie them together with a rope and drag them because that's easier.
Yeah.
But I do lack proficiency in using rope.
Yeah.
So that's a really bad time
So
for
you
me.
can't do that. So just drag the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your push pull?
My
I guess your maximum press.
press.
How much does it take? You might have to
170.
dump a sword.
Yeah, 170. Yeah.
I do want to
Just
talk
can't make knots, man. Terrible.
a bit about movement. Get that out of the way.
I actually can't imagine, like, if you got handed a piece of rope and you had no idea what a knot was, because nobody in your life would ever taught you what a knot was. Yeah, that'd be hard to do.
I mean, I was thinking about this. I had a player scaling down a wall, and like, there's a non-magical rope, and it's like, how do you scale down a wall without and be able to retrieve your rope? And I imagine there's some version of it if the wall is short enough that you could double the rope over, where you could have both ends. So just tie a knot that if you pull on this end, it loosens, but if you pull on this end, it doesn't. And then just scale down with both ends of the rope. And when you get to the bottom, pull the other side of the rope. Boom. Non-magical rope. You get your rope back.
Yeah, if you can make that kind of knot.
Now, what happened instead is the guards caught him halfway down the wall, and he abandoned the rope and risked fall damage leaping off of the wall because I got to get the fuck out of here. So none of that in the back of my mind mattered, and I never bothered describing it.
Yeah, you need twice the length.
Yeah. But if it's a 25-foot wall and you have 50 foot of rope.
And not fuck up at all.
Yeah.
Not accidentally put your weight at all on the wrong rope.
That's not a gotcha I would do to players.
Yeah,
it's funny, but...
All right. Just to get this out of the way, the movement rate. So you both have a movement speed of 12, correct? You're both human.
Uh-huh.
In normal situations outdoors, you're not moving particularly carefully. That translates to 120 yards.
Okay.
When you are in a situation where you're, say, in a dungeon, you're trying to move carefully, you're indoors, that translates to 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
There is another thing that's important. We can get to it when we get to actual gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But movement can also affect how many times you attack per round.
Oh, interesting. Yes. We can get it at, like you said, gameplay. Yeah, rounds in this game are like almost like spotlight systems where a round is not a particular set of time.
No.
Right? It's just
a round's a minute.
A round's a full minute.
Mm-hmm. A round's a minute, a turn's 10.
So I can only attack with my crossbow once in a full minute.
Essentially.
That's weird.
But it kind of opens you up to the idea that you can do a minute's worth of stuff per round. As opposed to 5th edition, you could do 6 seconds of stuff.
I feel like I would want to see more experienced play with that because my intentions are usually like, I'm going to run in and attack. And it's like, okay, well, that's like 6 seconds of your minute. It's like, but how extravagant can I get? Like, I'm going to run in and attack. I'm going to try and guide everybody to swoop around me while I distract the guy. And then as soon as they get into place, which would probably only take them like 30 seconds, then I will then move away from the guy and move back in, filling in the range. Like, how extravagant do you get with a minute? How long-breathed and winded can you be before you're just a dick?
Just depends on how much of a jackass you are, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think time was a little weird in how they calculated in the initial editions. I think I think 5e does a better job of managing time.
I like
and
short
what it means.
rounds. G&G was even shorter. I think G&G was like 3 seconds
Something like
as an
that.
excuse of like, it's really very much, when time matters like that, I very much like it to be like, what are you doing now? In this moment, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Think tactically now. And then if you want to think long term, think multiple moves ahead, but things might interrupt it as other people have turns in between. I like that idea.
I think DCC is 10 seconds. If I remember correctly.
I feel like the minute combat round kind of makes more sense for the scale of battle.
Sure, I think it makes more sense for magic casting and certain things, but
that too, but also the idea of like a 5-person party fights an army of 30 gnolls.
Sure.
The combat is only 10 rounds. That's what? 10 rounds, 6 seconds. It's a minute long. As opposed to if it's 10 rounds in this game,
It's 10 minutes.
it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes of battle is crazy for the record.
Yeah, but still, that
the
can happen.
Yeah.
I feel like 10 minutes of battle in a melee is more likely than 1 minute of battle.
yeah, what I
I
would
think most melees, like if you were to look at duels, end in like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, that's real life, obviously.
And skilled people.
Yeah.
Skilled people might last a lot longer because they might not even be able to hit each other.
I think there's just like in my mind, if it's two people against each other, like if I have my sword and somebody else has their sword and we're fighting, a minute long combat when only one action is the only thing that gets resolved, or maybe even 2 strikes. In my mind, that plays out like what it would be in a movie, which is there's that back and forth. There's like you're parrying blows as you're attacking. It just so happens that only 2 of those actually land.
An interesting concept.
Well, that's also the concept of why they use minute rounds here.
It's not that you're making an attack. It's that you're
That's the
making
attack that hit.
You're making rolls based on your attack. Either that's the attack that hit, or that is another way to think about this is that is the overall outcome of the minute. It's not that you're rolling for an attack. You're rolling for attacking in general. If you roll well and you defend well, you come out on top at the end of that skirmish.
So like a party of 5 attack dealing with 30 gnolls, that taking 10 minutes is actually, as far as the dramatic storytelling piece, it being a 10-minute long battle is okay. That seems fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with G&G specifically, I went back to the Dark Tower, and one of my favorite descriptions is the warning that Roland gives to Eddie, where he's like, hey, this is going to be fast. And then the chapter that is the battle, and then the description at the end where it's like you still see things that were happening in the first moments of the battle, only now settling. This whole thing, this whole gunfight, this whole extravagant, intense thing was only like 10 seconds long. And that was a core thing when I was writing G&G is like, you guys are going to have intense battles. Gunfire is going to commence. And by the end of it, it's like, oh, what happened? Everybody drew their guns. A couple seconds later, some people no longer exist. And the gun smoke is still floating in the air. It's a very like, oh, this happened fucking quickly. Now we're talking guns versus weapons, guns versus melee. It's obviously different.
For me, I picture, I can't remember the name of that movie, The Princess Bride.
Sure.
I think it's that, like, I pictured that kind of combat. This like very like
You know how many cuts it took for them to do that, to not be exhausted throughout the whole thing?
Of course, yeah.
Again, because I watch a lot of like HEMA shit. A round, which in real life is a kill, a round is only like 3 seconds before someone bests someone.
Of course. I'm just saying that I think part of the capture of the feel is like something more dramatic.
Yeah, and larger scale. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess...
Do we care about XP? We're not leveling, right?
We're not going to be leveling through here.
Okay.
We don't care about our wealth, correct?
No. So, I guess I can just tell you what the game is going to be.
Well, equipment? Do we need to do equipment? Or do we want to do like Delta Green rules where like maybe we have stuff, maybe we don't?
I don't know how much it matters.
It's a mini campaign. I don't know how much it matters, yeah.
Take whatever you want.
Okay.
As long as it's in... I think like druids can't have metal armor.
I already did
You already have hide. Yeah, if you know what, maybe you have it, maybe you don't. That could be
Okay.
a thing.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. I like the Delta Green. Oh, do I have rope? I don't know. Roll dice. Unless it's so obvious that yes, you would have that. Yeah, roll a D100. Did you think to bring rope? Nope. Okay. Figure something else out. Can I spam a bunch of things that I would like to have on my person, mundane items? Is that okay?
Sure.
Just a couple knickknacks.
Let's see.
Does Torch have an E at the end?
No,
No.
unless you're British.
Is my character British?
Slavic, apparently.
Torch.
It is Torch.
This is Torch. For seeing dark.
All right. Prompt is: you have been hired by Record Dragonsbane, the head of the Golden Hair Trading Company, to track down a missing caravan and retrieve as much of the missing cargo as possible. But most importantly, 2 packages in particular. A long metal case wrapped in red silk ribbons and embroidered with a thread that runs green, blue, and purple, and a small marble box with a crescent moon inlaid in silver on the lid. The 2 of you have been contacted as mercenaries. You've been brought to the Golden Hair Trading Post to meet with Records Dragonsbane before your actual setting off your briefing. You have horses provided to you by the Golden Hair. You have 3 men provided to you by the Golden Hair to do whether it be liaisons, scouting, taking care of camp business, and I think that's about it.
Can you describe the first package for me, please, again? Not the marble box, the other one?
It's a long metal case. It is described to you to be 1.5 feet wide, 1.5 feet tall, and about 5 feet long.
And what is this organization called again?
The Golden Hair Trading Company.
What was the dragon thing again?
That the guy who hired you, the leader of the trading company, is Record Dragonsbane.
That's his name?
Yep.
We are looking for items or delivering?
You are looking for a missing caravan.
It's particularly those 2 packages. But I'm sure that'll be part of the first. Yeah, but we'll go through a role play to get all that again. Okay. Do we need to know there's a mount box here? We have horses, right?
Yes.
I like how simple it is. Meanwhile, in the background, I'm creating a class to throw onto NPC horses for a bond system. Because of course I am. I just have enough players that are like, I want a horsey. And I'm like, yeah, well, let's make it cool.
Remember when our G&G sheets had horses on them and there were all these stats?
Yeah. It
Never.
looked very similar to this, actually. Except there was a bond system we ignored.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not a horse system. It's a mount system. And it has rules on the system. Not just, like, for horses. Because I don't care. Fucking Monster Hunter. Mount anything. What do I care? You want a little wormling mount? Have a little dragon mount. It'll bond with you.
Where's the horse? You got let's see, an average horse. So that would be, it doesn't actually say what the average horse is. It says the good horse and the bad horse. Let's say a movement rate of 20. Oh no, 24, my bad. And then I think I have to go to the monsters manual to find out what the horse's AC is.
Do you care about any of these stats?
The movement rate's the only important one, really.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Unless you want to bard the horse.
What do you mean?
Or,
Like
barding?
Bit and bridle?
No, armor for your horse.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about like
No.
romancing the horse, like barding it.
Let's just say it has a standard leather barding, AC of 13.
Okay. No, I'm good.
And then roll like the 2d8 for its HP.
Okay. 2d8?
Yep.
Last time I had to roll d8s, it didn't go well. Okay.
All I think that's all we can do for now.
All right.
Well, then next time we will start our little mini adventure in AD&D. One thing that we didn't talk about in the beginning of the session, and there might not be much to talk about, I feel like we kind of skated over it because it's another fantasy system, and maybe we felt not the need to do it. But I would ask Gray, this is kind of floor to you, what, as opposed to Pathfinder, as opposed to D&D 5e, as opposed to other systems, what makes AD&D unique? Why are you drawn to AD&D? What are some unique mechanics about it that are different than other systems? Why play this?
To me, it has a robust set of rules that deliver a combination of giving you that sort of friendly, fantasy, Lord of the Ringsy type of gameplay setting,
Mm-hmm.
and then also this sort of, oh, look at my consequences. They have come to hit me.
It's a little grittier.
It's a little grittier. I do enjoy things that are a little bit gritty. I do enjoy things that have a lot of depth and a lot of complexity. I like it when characters feel like they can and are and kind of have to be specialized in a thing to do well in a thing. I really don't like the jack of all tradesiness that I get the feeling of when I play like 5th edition.
But everybody's good at everything.
Yes, like I like the idea where there are sets of proficiencies that each class has.
Okay.
So like the priest is a proficiency in religion. The rogue can't really get the proficiency religion, but they, like the priest, also have local history because they gotta know what's here, what's there, who's there, how they're gonna hit them, stuff like that. I like the idea of that there is very in-depth rules for, say, long distance travel. I want to say realistic, but there are gritty rules for swimming and drowning. There are
I was gonna
rules
say
for
you often
healing.
laugh at like that. You make that like joke, but I think it speaks to what like some of the stuff you're talking about with the system, which is 5e. You're given a swim speed.
Yes.
You just can swim, but you're not necessarily. You're a lot of people don't have the skill of swimming.
In 5e, if you don't have a swim speed, you just move at half your normal speed.
Yeah.
You can still swim.
In this,
You can
you
still
have
swim,
to have
you're
a
just not
In
good
this
at
one,
it.
you can tread water if you don't have a swimming proficiency. If you're in some rapids, you might just drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're proficient, you can fight the tide.
if your
big
parents
difference-
didn't throw
Sorry.
you into a pool when you were a kid,
Yeah.
you've
Never had that experience and you can't swim.
you can't swim.
It's the difference between like 5e if
I
you
did
don't
have that experience. I still can't swim.
It's the difference where like 5e if you don't have stats in something it just means you're not good at it. Whereas in a system like this or Delta Green, if you don't have a stat in it, you can't do it.
Yeah, you're not good at it at all.
Yeah. And it actually makes me want to almost add a homebrew rule to 5e, which is like, oh, if you have any points in a skill, you can attempt that skill. If you have proficiency or expertise or something like that, you're going to be really good at it. If you have a 0 or a negative in a skill, you can still try, but you have to roll at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just even way worse at it.
Yes, like a rogue who has expertise in daggers, who's 5th level, has I think a +3 to hit from their bonus from their to hit in 2e. They can attack a lot. They can throw like 5 darts around, right? And they have an okay shot at hitting what they're trying to hit. But that fighter who's the same level with specialization, his job is to hit that thing that rogue's trying to hit, and he's gonna hit it really fucking well. I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the idea of, say, a wizard who has 18 strength for some reason, walking in with the quarterstaff and just going blat, 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 and being as good as a fighter in fighting.
Yeah.
And a fighter who has 18 100 strength should come over here and take his short sword and just go blat.
Well, more so,
Dead.
it's also just like, even if they don't have that, they don't have the 18 strength or whatever in a game like 5e, where a wizard can come in and luck their way into having a better melee combat than the fighter, because they're still allowed to attempt it.
They're still allowed to
a
attempt
degree.
it. But the fighter, just by nature of being a fighter, has a much better chance of always getting those hits in.
Yeah.
And then we haven't even gone into like combat and tactics and skills and powers.
Yeah. I mean,
combat and tactics gives you so much customization to your class that you can always make some sort of unique character.
Yeah.
And like the uniquenesses and the just the things that you can get from each, expenditure of character points give you way more things you can do than like 5th edition feats can.
I think you should look into I think you'd like Pathfinder.
From what I've seen, I've only played the video games by Owlcat.
Okay.
Pathfinder has a lot of rules that I've sort of derived from 2nd edition and Koibu's modernizations that I already like and I already have there. Like Touch AC, Surprise AC.
There's
I use
also
those
just
and I have those.
There's a crunchiness to it as well that I think... So it seems to me, one of the things that I noticed that you mentioned as in opposition to your feelings after we've played more rules lights games, which is like, I like the rules lights games because I think your character can become unique through just RP and the way you play them and the things that you want to try and do. But your issue with those ones seemed to be the lack of rules. And you mentioned back then you like when there are not necessarily crunchy, but like extensive rules around combat, because then there are like strategies to draw upon when there are more rules. And it seems like what you like about this is that there are rules for everything. It seems like you like...
There are rules for unarmed fighting. There are rules for wrestling with each other.
It seems like you like what comes out of someone sitting in their basement doing copious amounts of cocaine and just writing off the wall rules for every single possibility of what could happen.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things that when we played this before that attracted me to the system was the skills and powers thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Just... It felt like, because I think it's true, it felt like the game had like 10 years of people working on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was all compressed into one book. So it just felt like this thing was just worked on.
That's the advanced part.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Where this thing just felt like it was worked on and updated and was all just like
line after
compiled into this like super complex, like very
line after line after whore after whore.
It felt like it had a lot of depth to it, and I appreciated that.
Yes. That's particularly skills and powers and whatever the combat one's called.
Combat and tactics, which again, I haven't even talked about combat and tactics yet.
Yeah, but that's particularly what makes me think that actually maybe even both of you, if that draws your attention as well, Nix, that you guys might like. It's not at all the same thing, but you guys might like the character development in that there is so many vast choices of what you can choose in Pathfinder. It is not as limited as like 5e, which like 5e is pretty extensive. There's a lot of character builds. There's like 900 plus character builds in 5e, so it's not nothing. But like when it's really, really this level of crunchiness, it's endless. You can make a unique character that's never been played before.
My only issue that I know of, at least with Pathfinder 1st edition. One of my friends plays 1st edition, and they showed me a common roll of theirs, and it was long. It had lots of modifiers on it.
Yeah,
because in
that's what I would call crunchy.
1st edition, numbers go up. Numbers just go up.
Mm-hmm.
They go up.
Yeah, Pathfinder's still like that.
I think 2E is like that as well. Where like it's still hero fantasy. That's one thing that feels different between Pathfinder and this to me, and maybe it's because it was one extra edition before Pathfinder branched off, is this to me so far does not feel like hero fantasy.
It gets there.
Pathfinder 2...
It does get there eventually once you get to a certain level, but like even the combat and tactics critical hit system was kind of brought in to kill your hero.
Yeah.
Because if you, like I said, I haven't gotten into that yet, and I really want to get into that because I love it.
We're going.
But I mean, like you can get a critical hit in this game if you roll on an 18 or 20.
Yep.
On anything between 18 and 20. It is a critical roll. And if your roll clears by 5, 10, or 15, you get a critical hit, a double critical hit or triple critical hit. So triples do 4 times damage, doubles do 3 times damage, and critical does twice as much damage.
Okay.
It's there to kill your hero.
Yeah.
We will not be using triple crits though. That thing is that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this?
Yeah.
And then there's the magic spells. The spells in this game are so much more powerful
Yeah.
than anything that you've seen out of 5th edition. And probably out of Pathfinder, because in my head, Pathfinder spells are a lot closer to 5th edition.
I didn't get to play a mage, so I would.
There are some
know.
cool ones. There are some that still feel like 2E, like a color spray. That one's really good.
It feels like the middle range of DCC spell list, like the spells.
Yeah, I would say that.
Where like it's not quite the high end of DCC, but like the middle range of DCC, where like stuff is very strong. It's like that's what I was saying is like the hero fantasy comes in with this system once your character makes it.
Yeah.
Once your character makes it to a pretty high level, it's like the paladin at 9th level was already talking about having a castle.
Yeah, I would say 9th level is when the hero fantasy kicks in. Because even then, 9th level is when you can see auras of good and evil when you cast Detect Good and Evil.
The level 14 on Druid had something about you're a grand druid who like has communication with this whole other like organization of druids, and it's like
I have a quick question. A commoner stat block off the top of your head. What am I looking at HP wise?
D8.
Just a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in 2E, all NPC hit dices are measured in D8s.
Okay. The reason why I ask is, so I think the difference between the 3 systems that we talked about being fantasy systems is this feels like it's a slow burn to become a hero. Where like until you hit that mid game, if you survive until you hit that mid game, you're not a hero.
Yeah.
Pathfinder feels like you start as not a hero, and it's a pretty steady, consistent, linear ramp up to being a hero. So you are at level 2, a little bit more of a hero. At level 3, a little bit more of a hero. Still having that kind of mid-range before you become a hero, but you're not nothing before that. You're slowly becoming a hero. And then D&D, you kind of start off as a hero, a weak hero, but you kind of start, especially by like level 3, you're already doing hero stuff. So like it's a quick ramp into heroism in D&D, a steady ramp into heroism in Pathfinder, and then kind of like a wall into heroism in this system.
In 2E, it's like you're kind of starting off in the world as Frodo.
Yeah.
And then by 5th level, you're Book Geralt. So you're fucking up normal people.
Yeah.
But then a monster gets to you and you're in bed for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then somewhere around like 11th level, you're original trilogy Kratos.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, just a brick wall of heroism.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I mean, every single time we've had a chance to, and it's only been a couple that we've had a chance to do something with AD&D. I've always enjoyed it. It is a very unique system in that, like, you could tell it is the legacy system that a lot of things have built off of.
I think if I knew the character creation tools better, I think I would enjoy this just fine. I think I would enjoy, I mean, I am Mr. Anti-hero system, so I think actually I'd probably enjoy this more than Pathfinder and D&D. I don't like the hero stuff as much. I do love it, but I don't love it as much as I like being stepped on and spit on.
I wouldn't mind even, I know you guys would hate it, but I wouldn't mind even like if I was to just look up like 1st edition D&D.
Oh, I'd love it.
And just try to run for like,
We were talking about
in a dungeon. You guys would hate it.
Oh, it'd have to be. It's a dungeon.
But I just want to see how weird the rules are.
Yeah. I don't care about going through all of the editions, though I am open to it. That being said, to see what, because I think actually before first edition, I think there was just Dungeons and Dragons. That would be the one that I would be interested in.
I would want to find the first release.
The first release and play that and just have the worst of times. Yeah. Is there anything else about combat and stuff that you want to dig into? Sorry, I cut you off there a little bit.
He always means to cut you off.
Someone has to.
Yeah.
I mean, you do yap all the time over everybody.
Yeah. No, I don't think I want to talk too much more about that. I mean, I think most things we're going to talk about and most things that I enjoy might hopefully pop up in the actual gameplay. Yeah. So we'll use then to talk about them because there are intricacies that might happen.
The things will pop up when they become relevant.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we could do, just as a pitch, is when we get to the second campaign of our system exploration for AD&D, maybe that's when we introduce the combat and
skills and powers.
Skills and powers, yeah.
Oh, we're doing combat and tactics.
Oh, okay. Skills and
powers.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to have another 3 to 4 hour character creation session,
I sure do.
That's all you.
We did miss one pretty important thing, I feel. I don't know how much it applies to the Ranger, but we talked about my spells not at all. What do I do?
What do you do?
I mean, it could be that you
how many
guys,
do I get at what level? How does spell slots work?
You could go over that now. You can discuss that with each other, like between games.
I think that's important for system exploration for the audience. If people are playing a mage.
Sure.
I know the organization of this episode's pretty strange, but all the content's important.
Okay. I was just wondering if it would be something to front load at the next recording to be like, I picked these spells.
Well, me choosing the spells, that can happen between the weeks, but I need to know how to choose the spells and how to use them.
Sure. That's what I meant is like at the beginning of the next recording being like, hey, I picked these spells, these levels, whatever.
Yeah, totally agree. Nobody needs to sit here and listen to me go, what about calm animals? We don't need to get into that.
But like how many spells of what level?
Yeah.
You know?
You actually at least get one spell. You get a first level spell from your willpower.
No.
You have one first level bonus spell.
At eighth level is when my ability to cast priest spells comes into account. And the bonuses that I would get from my willpower don't apply even when I get access.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, so he is just a regular fighter for the most part until he gets...
I'm a modified fighter until I get to 8th level. I hope you
live for our mid-level and we just ramp up to like level 10 or whatever.
10 would probably be like the...
I don't know. I don't know the cycles in this game like I do like because I would actually say like if we were talking D&D, I would say like 8 or 12.
12 would probably also not be bad.
If it's D&D, if it's 5e. If it's 5e, I would say 8 or 12. In this game, I don't know what cycles look like. Yeah. But yes, whatever our mid-range one is, it'd be cool if you can level up this character to that and they become a full-fledged ranger.
I get the base priest spell bonuses without any modifications that would have been given from the wisdom score.
All right, so I made you guys 5th level, correct?
Yes,
correct.
5th.
All right, so you get the same spell progression as a regular old priest, which is you have 3 first level spell slots, not including your bonus. You go ahead and add that bonus. It'll give you 4 first level spell slots. Then you get 3 second levels and 1 third level.
These are just my slots, right?
Yeah, just your slots. Now,
how many third level?
1.
Yeah, 1 third level.
Did I say 1? Yeah. I got a goldfish. Did you read the granted powers under Druid? So you know that you have a bonus of +2 to all saving throws versus fire and electricity.
No. Where is there anywhere I would write that? Just in notes.
Other notes.
Okay. What is it?
Bonus of +2 to all saving throws versus fire or electrical attacks.
You have a secret Druid language.
Yep.
Can I just call that Druidic?
Yep. And then at 3rd level, you can identify plants, animal, and pure water with perfect accuracy.
Identify plants?
Plants, animals, and pure water.
Like if water is
pure? If water is pure, you can identify it.
If it's potable water, essentially.
Yeah, I could go up to a river and be like, that's drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
You can pass through overgrown areas.
What are these, by the way? What do you?
These are
feats?
and you're granted powers of druid underneath druid.
Chapter 3, class descriptions, priest, druid.
Not one of the tables, just under priests.
Also, you need mistletoe.
I am not seeing that. Oh, there's a folder for druids. Gotcha.
Yep.
And then in that folder, I'm looking at granted powers druids. Okay.
You pass through overgrown areas, and you can learn the languages of woodland creatures. The rest is too high level for you.
Sorry, I'm reading ahead a little bit. You need mistletoe that you gathered by the light of the full moon using a golden or silver
Shut up.
sickle specifically made for the purpose. Mistletoe gathered by other means halves the effectiveness of a given spell. If it causes damage or has an area effect, it grants the target a +2 bonus to his saving throw. So you need mistletoe for casting. Just saying. It would need to be gathered by gold or silver or sickle. Made for the purpose.
For
casting spells.
For casting spells in general.
Yeah. It's an
Cool.
important holy symbol to you.
Do I have that? Do I have the ability to cast spells, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yes. Funnily, I remember, I think Koibu once prodded someone with the same.
Yeah, because it's so hilarious that it's there.
Yeah, it is such it's just one of those, I call it archaic things that are in this game.
Dude, it is one of those things that I could just imagine there was, because Gygax had a list of books that were his inspiration. There was just some random story in one of these sword and sorcery books that just had a story about a druid.
I
who
do the
used
same
mistletoe.
thing with Stargate and
Yeah.
Star Trek
Yeah.
and XYZ anime.
It's just like, nope, this is a part of the class.
Let's see. So as a druid, when it comes to your spells, you have access to the following cleric spell spheres. All animal, elemental, healing, plant, and weather.
So, animal.
Elemental,
Mhm.
healing, plant, and weather. And then you have minor access to the divination sphere. You can use all magical items normally allowed for priests, except for those written in books in scrolls. Except for those that are written, so no books, no scrolls. And armor and weapons are not normally allowed for druids, but
I could remove my armor. I don't mind.
no, hide is allowed for you.
Okay.
I don't know why that's there, but
Okay. So
or magical armor and weapons. I think that's what it means.
Okay.
And that's about it. So when you pick your spells, they got to be from those spheres.
when do I pick my spells? How many do I pick?
I think
Or I just always have access to all of those spheres.
you select them upon the end of a short rest, or
And-
upon the end of a rest.
And how many do I select?
Fill your slots.
As many as I have slots for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
And
think so.
is a slot tied to a spell?
I believe so.
Yes.
So I can only use a spell once.
Yes.
Understood. Pathfinder is like that.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's one of the things I dislike about.
In Pathfinder, it depends on the type of mage you are.
It
Yeah.
depends on the caster class. Yeah.
It's very Vancian. It is Vancian magic. It is an inspiration of Gygax. It is, you know, a spell, you cast it. That knowledge is gone from
You've
your
used
brain.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've used it. It's actually, I just read one of the short stories where that applies. And it actually is really cool. Like a really cool in the story of like when a wizard has his spells prepared, he is so cautious about when he uses them because you can only use them for so long. And so this character trying to escape this wizard essentially drags him through things that puts him in danger where he has to use his spells. And then at the end of it, he has like 1 or 2 spells left and they're not relevant to the last trap set. And he ends up getting killed by it because he
I
can't.
kind of like it. I like anything that restricts the resource of spell use.
Yeah. And also you have to be very specific with which ones you use at specific times.
I need it to make sense to me thematically, but I do like it.
Yeah. Magic is a lot. It puts a lot of stress on you. In and of itself, casting magic destroys it from your brain.
Yep.
I think that's it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then you just look through the list. It's there. It's
I have
under spell list.
Yeah, I have it. I have it up. Okay. In which case, yes, we will begin our quest to find the missing caravan next session on system exploration. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Oh, sorry. One thing before we finally check off. Make sure to look at the casting time because some spells could take like more than a turn. So even though the spell might be cool, it might take you like 2 turns to cast it.
Some spells act just like weapon rolls. So if it says casting time 7, that just means you have a +7 to your initiative.
Okay.
If it says instant, it just happens right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it says 2 rounds, that's a 2-minute cast time, buddy.
Or
Yeah.
it could be 2 turns. It could be like
That
you're
too.
there, and if you get knocked or dropped, your spell's gone.
Does it emanate on the 3rd turn or on the second end of the second?
I think it's
On the 3rd turn?
I thought. Well, maybe.
On your initiative, I think the next time.
Yeah,
so
I'm not
that'd be
sure.
the 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But you're not going to be casting a spell like that.
Just I
You
had
don't
that.
know me.
I had that for me.
I do know you.
Yeah.
You will be casting a spell like that.
Yeah. I had that for me where I was like, ooh, that spell is nice, blah, blah. And I wasn't paying. And then I looked at the time and I was like, I'm not spending 2 turns to cast this fucking
Yeah.
spell.
I'm
Prayer of
specifically going to
healing. I'm
look.
casting that. Oh, that's a 10-minute cast time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
specifically looking for the worst casting times just because you said that.
yeah. Okay. They're cool spells, so
10 turn casting time.
I almost want to like have my character just trip you in the middle of it because
Yeah, and then we both die. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I will come to the table with my spells next session, and we will start our little mini adventure in AD&D. For anybody listening, thank you for listening. We will catch you next week. All of our various links in the description, both personal and unfortunate one links. Please check them out. Like, subscribe, hit bells, do things. I don't know what other options there are, but do them.
yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.